Hosky here, Coach Pro, and this is my daughter Emma Kate. She's a 5th grader at Daniel Pratt, and so she'll be at the junior high in a couple of years. But she's actually going to do this dance lesson with me to kind of be another person for y'all to look at while you're doing this dance. This is an old school dance that we're going to do, and your parents probably know it, your grandparents probably know it. It's really fun, and I hope you'll enjoy it. It's called the electric slide, and I've just come to the realization that not many people your age know the electric slide. So that is why I decided this is the dance I wanted to start out with you guys on Google Classroom. So I hope y'all enjoy this. Feel free to pause it, pause the video if you need to, rewind it as many times as you need to. But I'm going to try to be as thorough as I possibly can. So. But what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and just explain line dances really quick. Obviously, line dances, you hear the word line is in the word, in the name. And so yes, we're all in lines. But what a lot of people don't really pay attention to is the fact that you're dancing like in a box. You've got 4 walls that you're basically dancing into. You're dancing forward for the front wall. And then there's a left wall, a back wall, and a right wall. And when I say wall, I just mean you're going to be dancing forward, and then you'll be turning left, and you'll be turning back, and you'll be turning right. So that's what the walls are that I'm going to be referring to in this lesson. So, and again, when you want to think about walls, you want to think about 4 walls. What's 4 walls? A square. So just think you're dancing in a square, basically. So try to stay in your square. Also, when you're dancing in a line dance, you're going to be turning left first. I'm not aware of any dances that don't turn left first. So, so whenever you're dancing, you're going to be turning. When you transition, you'll be transitioning into a turn. You'll be transitioning left, and we'll get to that point. I'll make sure I give a verbal cue about the transition left. On top of that, I want to make sure that y'all are aware that I'm going to be giving you verbal cues the whole way through. I'll probably stop at a certain point once I feel like you know it. But try to listen to my verbal cues that I give. And I'll probably give you a little bit of pieces of information as we go along. But first thing I want to do is go ahead and do the dance all the way through. And you're going to find it for me? Okay. I'm going to do the dance all the way through. Once I'm done with the dance, I will stop and break it down into chunks, so that way you kind of know it a little bit better. So again, this is an old school song, so no judgment here. It's electric. Line dance, we go right first, step right first. You can't see it. It's electric. Now let's break that down. Did y'all notice what I was talking about with those walls? When we danced, we started out facing forward. Then we did a transition where we turned left. And I'm not mirroring you. I'm not going to be, so if I'm going left, my left, you'll be going the opposite way. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So if I'm turning this way, you're actually going to be turning that way because I'm not mirroring the dance to you. So mirroring refers to a mirror. Whenever there's 2 people standing, in front of each other, they're teaching a dance. Sometimes people will mirror a dance where if I go this way, you go this way. In this case, that's not the case. I'm going to go the true direction of the dance. So try to make sure you're listening to my cues. I'm going to say left or right. So make sure that you're listening to what I'm saying for my verbal cues. All right, so let's go ahead and start breaking down the dance into chunks. And I'm not sure if you heard me over the music, but whenever we do start a dance, the first step is always going to be with your right foot. So right foot. And that shouldn't be confused with your transition movement to the left. Okay, so that may sound confusing. Your first step is going to be with your right, but transitions are to the left. When I say transitions, it means you're turning your dance to the left. We'll get to that point in a second. Again, I'll remind you of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. You're going to step right, and then grapevine. What a grapevine is where we pull our back foot behind ourselves. So start from the beginning. So it's step right, grapevine, step together. Let's do it again. So step right, grapevine, step together. Then we go left. Step left, grapevine, left, together. Let's do that again. So start from the beginning. Step right, grapevine, step together. Step left, grapevine, step together. All right. So from here, after you go left, you're going to go back. You're going to take 2 steps back. Your feet will meet after each step. So it's step together, step together. Let's do those 3 directions again. So step right, grapevine, step together. Step left, grapevine, step together. Step back, together. Step back, together. From here, you're going to rock forward and then rock back. So from here, after you step back, it's step, rock, and when you rock forward, you're going to bring that back leg, the back foot up and kind of touch the heel of your front foot. And then step back, rock back, bring that front foot, kind of drag it back to touch, and then step forward. So you've done a rock. Let's do that from the very beginning. Okay. All right, going to the right. Step right, grapevine, step together. Step left, grapevine, step together. Step back, together. Step back, together. Rock forward, tap, rock back, tap, rock forward. And then from here, we're going to kind of shuffle our back foot forward. So shuffle means you're just kind of shuffling that foot across the floor, so it's barely touching the floor. So we already did our back rock, front. Okay, let's just start from the very beginning when we do that shuffle step. All right, so step right, grapevine, step together. Step left, grapevine, step together. Step back, together. Step back, together. Rock forward, tap, rock back, tap, step forward, shuffle, and then plant your foot. After you plant that foot right there, that begins that transition left. So make sure that whenever you're turning left, you turn a true left, because in a line dance, it all depends on people kind of staying in their lane. Everybody's staying in their line, staying in their box. So if you noticed, Emma's been right beside me. She's kind of moved when I've moved, and I have a box here, and her box is kind of just right beside me. So we were moving like this. So I just talked about that transition left. So once you plant that, after you shuffle that foot, shuffle, plant, we're going to be going into that grapevine. So grapevine, step together, step left, grapevine, step together. And we're just repeating those dances that we just did when we were facing forward. Okay? So let's go ahead and do the dance. No, not without the music right now. Let's go through that, and we're just going to go through it toward the front wall and then this side left wall, and then we'll stop. I'd probably add some music then. Okay, any questions? Okay, all right, ready? All right, so step right, grapevine, step together. Step left, grapevine, left, together. Step back, together. Step back, together. Rock forward, tap, rock back, tap, rock forward, shuffle, plant your foot, grapevine, step together, step left, grapevine, step together, step back, together, step back, together, rock forward, tap, rock back, tap, shuffle, plant, and then we're to the back wall now. Okay, so hopefully I've given y'all enough verbal cues to kind of get this dance pretty well. I am going to go ahead and play the music, so feel free to pause the video and practice, or rewind this video and try to review through what we just went through with all the steps. And after we get done with this video, we're gonna add another video probably with a more modern song. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So, all right, so we're ready. We're gonna go ahead and do it with the music, and I'm gonna still do some verbal cues here and there. So y'all just try to make sure that y'all are listening to the verbal cues. I am going to start kind of easing back on those verbal cues. And again, this is a video. Y'all pause it and go back if you need to. I'm going a little bit faster because you do have the ability of pausing it and rewinding it. If we were in a classroom, I would probably review this a little bit quicker. But this is a fairly simple dance that I feel like, don't take it too seriously. I just want you to have fun with this. Okay. All right. Remember, going right is our first step. Free to add a little movement to it. Going right. Get left. Straight time step. Together, step back. Together, step back. Together. Rock forward. Tap, rock back. Tap. Step forward. Step forward. Because I don't think y'all will watch me dance this whole song. Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed this dance. This dance is something that has been around for a long time, and it may, cross your path again one day. And you can say, hey, Coach Pro taught me that song, I know that dance. Or, hey, Coach Pro taught me that dance, I know that dance. Not the song, you don't have to know the song, because you can do this dance to other songs. You don't have to limit yourself to doing the electric slide to only the electric slide song. You can find a song that has a very similar beat or a faster beat to maybe challenge yourself. And what we're actually gonna do in just a minute, Emma helped me pick out another song. And I'm gonna stop the video in just a second, and we're gonna do another video. So where you can actually do this in a separate, with a separate video, separate tutorial with a different song, a more modern song. So if you have any questions about this dance, feel free to email me, or you can message me and on Google Classroom, and I'll answer it for you. And also, if you have any ideas for some songs that you think that would work well with this song, feel free to message me, and I'd love to know it just for future reference. So I hope y'all enjoyed this, and make sure you get with your parents. Maybe they can do this dance with you guys. All right.